What is going on, everyone? Mills here, bringing you some fire content on the Fire Day 18 channel. In today's vid, we're going to be doing the roster update. So I'm on you right here as I want you guys to see the contact, all that good stuff. As we have our first roster update. This is amazing, guys. So we will be able to watch every position, see who got upgraded and who got downgraded. So let's start off with the starting pitchers. So Jacob deGrom gets a solid boost, +2 up to 93. No surprise there. I was expecting it. He's been killing it this year. So he gets 4 upgrade in hitting, K per 9, and walks per 9. Garrett Cole gets a +1. No surprise there. Got a little bit of increase in hit per 9 and walks per 9. Shane Bieber going up to an 89. He gets a downgrade in walks per 9, but an upgrade in K per 9 and hits per 9, giving up to an 89. Trevor Bauer just got a lot harder. I actually picked him up through a poll before this card got upgraded. So he's got a little bit of a boost in stamina, a huge boost in hit per 9, and a K per 9 and walk per 9 upgrade. Yu Darvish gets an upgrade as well. Hit per 9 goes up +6. Ks per 9 goes down 3. Lance Lynn getting closer and closer, by the way, to that diamond. He's an 84 now with a little bit of an upgrade in walks per 9. Corbin Burns, I told you guys this card was going to go up on stream, and I was right. Now he's up to an 84 overall gold. So what a high price he's at. His stamina goes up along with his hits per 9, Ks per 9, and walks per 9. Probably the biggest upgrade we've seen here, as he goes up a lot, especially in that walk per 9. Brandon Woodruff goes up a bit. He's up to an 83 now with a good hit per 9, K per 9, a little bit of a downgrade in walks per 9, but he's still playing up to a solid 83 now. Up to Kenta Maeda. He goes down to, I'm sad as a Twins fan, but it does make sense. He's not been playing up to par, so he gets a big downgrade in hit per 9 and K per 9, but a slight upgrade in walks per 9, so it doesn't make him down completely. Now, Zach Gallen gets a boost up to gold. He's up to an 81 with an upgrade in hit per 9, downgrades in K per 9, and 4 down in walks per 9. So I was actually not surprised about him either because he had a really terrific game recently, and he's just been killing it this year so far. Max Fried, he goes up to an 81. Not much more to say. Downgrade hit per 9, upgrade and walk K per 9. Luis Castillo goes down to an 80 overall. -8 in the hit per 9, -4 in the Ks per 9. So now he's borderline gold. So that's pretty scary, guys. Next up, Shohei Ohtani hits gold with a +10 hit per 9 and a -5 walk per 9. That's pretty impressive. So he's going up to 80 for a starting pitcher, getting more and more impressive to use. Now a Twin, finally. I'm so glad. Jose Barrios goes up to gold. That's pretty much a good pick because he's been really good all year. Definitely gold-worthy level. Joe Musgrove gets +5, going up to a hit per 9, stat per 9, and K per 9. No one was too surprised here. He had a no-hitter, so I think we were all expecting him to go up by 80 overall. Wow, that's a huge jump right there. Now he's made the Padres collection a lot harder. Zach Greinke's now borderline gold, though. He goes down -2 in hit per 9 and K per 9. So going on, we're probably going to lower the list a little more because obviously there's so many pitchers to uncover, so I'm going to talk as fast as I can. So Andrew Heaney goes up to a high silver with +10 and +6 in hit per 9 and K per 9, but he goes down in walk per 9. Dylan Bundy, also a 79, going up to in Ks per 9. Lance McCullers goes up to a borderline silver with that +8 in the hit per 9, +3 in the K per 9, and -7 in walks per 9. Julio Urias also becoming a borderline, so a lot of borderline cards are seeing hit borderline silver, +7 walks per 9 as well. Rodriguez, same incident, got +7 and +10 in hit per 9 and walk per 9, but down in K per 9. Once again, very impressive. Corey Kluber, however, is one of the biggest disappointments on here, as he's now down to a 79 silver. -9, basically -4s almost across the board with a -9 in stamina. Moving on to the next one, Freddy Peralta. So he gets +9 in hit per 9, +3 in K per 9, and -4 in walks per 9. So very low downgrade there. Tyler Glasnow goes up to a 79. Not too shocked here either because he's been having a good year as well. +9 in the hit per 9, +1 in the K per 9, +5 in the walks per 9, but a +73 and +58 and +13 in control probably really helped out his stats right there. So now as we're going to the bronzes, we're going to see a lot more upgrades also here. So Dustin May, he gets a solid upgrade up to a 79. He's been having a good year. What else can I say? Nothing too much. Good upgrade though. Aaron Savale goes up a little bit, up to a 78. Pretty solid boosts, but also a bit of downgrades as well. So very leveled upgrade there. Kevin Gausman goes up to a 78. Gets a huge upgrade in hits per 9, a small downgrade in Ks per 9, and walks per 9. Zach Wheeler, he stays the same. Nothing too crazy there. Pablo Lopez goes up to a 78. Even though he's lost 2 games, he still has been playing very solidly other than that. So he gets an upgrade in +5 on the hit per 9, +3 in the K per 9, but a -3 in walks per 9. Michael Pineda goes up to a silver. He's having a solid year nevertheless. +10 in the hit per 9, standing out. Next up, Zach Plesac gets a solid downgrade to a 77. -6 in hit per 9, but a +3 in walk per 9. German Marquez goes down a little bit to a 77 as well. Now let's go down a little bit more to these even bigger upgrades. So Kyle Hendricks starting at a borderline, high silver. Now is down to a 77. He gets downgrades in walks per 9 and hits per 9. Marcus Stroman gets a small upgrade. All right, I was kind of expecting that, but I didn't expect him to get anything crazy huge. Ian Anderson and John Means get upgrades to silver here, as they've both been having pretty solid years to say the least. +3 in the hit per 9, +2 in the walk per 9, and a +6, 5, and 3 in those stat categories. Sandy Alcantara going up to a 76. Hit per 9, K per 9, and walks per 9 goes up. So this is probably one of the bigger updates only because it's the opening season and we're finally seeing how all these players are doing. We're probably going to have less big updates as the year goes on, and we might even still have some big ones too, so expect a lot there. J.A. Happ stays at a 76. So he had huge downgrades in K per 9 and walk per 9, but a huge upgrade in hits per 9, probably because of his no-hitter. Brady Singer goes up to a silver. Not a good win-loss, but he does have good stats otherwise, giving him up hits per 9, Ks per 9, and walks per 9. Michael Kopech gets a position change, but he nevertheless goes up to a 76, with huge increases in hits per 9, Ks per 9, and walks per 9. Moving on to the next list, Christian Javier goes up to silver with a +2, +7s across the board for hits per 9, Ks per 9, and a downgrade in walks per 9. Matthew Boyd goes up to silver too. I always thought this guy was one of the better starting pitchers for the Tigers, so I'm not even too shocked there. Knew he was going to go up. +5, 11, 6, and 16. Now, Carlos Rodon. I always thought this guy was really solid. I'm so glad he finally got an upgrade up to that silver level. With a +14 in the hit per 9, +3 in the K for 9. I think it's a crime he only went up 4, but that's still really impressive and really well deserved. Perhaps one of my favorite updates on here. So Rich Hill, he gets a downgrade down to a 76, -6 in hits per 9, and -2 in K per 9, and a +3 in walks per 9. Tyler Mahle goes up to silver. He gets +8 in the hits per 9, +3 in the K per 9, all that good stuff. Patrick Corbin goes down to a 75. He's been terrible this year, so that makes a lot of sense there. Jake Arrieta goes back up to silver because he's probably back in almost Cy Young form with a +6 in the hit per 9, +4 in K per 9, and +8 in walks per 9. Danny Duffy goes up to silver too, +4s across the board. So Jay Montgomery goes up to a 75. Huge increase here as he gets a +8 in the hits per 9, +1 in the K for 9, but a -1 in walks for 9. Kind of interesting, but okay. John Gray goes up to a 75. Gets that +9 in the hit per 9, -1 and -6 in K per 9, and walks per 9. Alex Wood goes up to silver. +8 in the hits per 9, +K, +2 in the K for 9, +1 in the walks for 9. I really want to get to a hitter soon, so we're going to get there soon. Johnny Cueto goes up to a 74. Getting some solid stats this year, so he's very much deserved that. Good upgrades. Jacob Junis gets a position change upgrade to 74 with a huge increase in the hits per 9 and Ks per 9. Carlos Martinez goes up to a 74 now, +3 in hit per 9 and +6 in walk per 9, but a -6 in that Ks per 9. Robbie Ray goes up and down. It's basically even. Steven Matz goes up to a 74. Solid upgrade there. And that's kind of really all in terms of significant updates here. We did get a Zach Davies downgrade, though, from silver to bronze. So that's really all there in the starting pitchers. Now, next up for relievers, Devin Williams goes down to an 85. His 104 hit per 9, it went down along with that walks per 9. Next up, Giovanni Gallegos. He goes up to an 81 with a +4 in the hits per 9 and -3 in the walks per 9. Drew Pomeranz goes up +3 and +1, so he gets a small little upgrade there. Chad Green, he goes up, but he also mostly goes down, but he still remains the same overall. Now, Ryan Stanek probably gets the most significant upgrade here, along with Jose Alvarado, as he goes up to silver. -14 stamina, but then +8 in hits per 9, +3 in K per 9, and +4 in walks per 9. So, still very solid upgrades nevertheless. JB Wendelken, he gets some upgrades, but he doesn't necessarily go up as a card, but still, stats are stats. Jose Alvarado goes up to a silver, so he's becoming a more good reliever, let's just say, with a good upgrade in hits per 9 and a massive upgrade in walks per 9. Dylan Floro gets a plus 11 in his hits per 9 and a minus 1 in his walks per 9. So solid gains there. Moving on, you got the Lucas Sims. He gets plus 1, plus 3, plus 2 in hits per 9 and Ks per 9. Jonathan Losaiga, I'm probably going to stop looking at these because these are mostly just bronze upgrades. Goes up to a 73, plus 12 in the hits per 9, plus 13 in the walks per 9. We'll probably keep an eye on him as he continues to do well throughout the year. Craig Stammen gets an upgrade. Dan Winkler gets a massive downgrade. Got a position change too, so he gets a plus 3 in his hits per 9, but a minus 1 and a minus 4 in his walks per 9. So that's one of the probably bigger downgrades here. Manuel Chase does get a plus 4 upgrade though, plus 10s across the board. Kendall Graveman gets probably one of the hugest upgrades here as he goes up to from a common to a bronze. So overall, nothing too crazy other than that. John Curtis gets some solid upgrades along with Kyle Zimmer, Cabrera, Trevino, TJ Jean. And that should about cover it for the relievers. So closing pitchers aren't much different. This is going to be really short, luckily. So let me go back. Closers. Josh Hader gets a small downgrade. Aroldis Chapman gets a small upgrade. James Karinchak becomes an 83 overall, so he gets slightly better with his hits per 9s and Ks per 9 going up, along with a huge upgrade in his walks per 9. Craig Kimbrell gets also a solid upgrade up to an 81 now with his hits per 9. And Taylor Rogers gets that position change as he goes up 1 in hits per 9, Ks per 9, and walks per 9. That's about some of the hugest trends here. Jake McGee goes up to a 78. Matt Barnes goes up to a silver, so he gets a plus 10 in his hits per 9, plus 3 in his K per 9, and plus 8 in his walks per 9. Will Smith gets downgraded to silver. Plus 2 in his hits per 9, minus 1 in the K per 9, and minus 8 in the walk per 9. Solid downgrades there, honestly, putting him down to a silver. Diego Castillo goes up a little bit, plus 2. And Richard Rodriguez goes up to silver with the plus 9 in his hits per 9 and plus 7 in his walks per 9. Solid upgrades there. Nevertheless, most of these are just position changes / downgrades along with Amir Garrett to silver. Mark Melanson also goes up. Not too surprised there. I expected that. And now the best part, guys. We're finally going to go on to some hitters. Thank God. I can say new stats now. So starting off with JT Romuto. He goes up to an 87, plus 8 in his contact, plus 11 in his discipline, but minus 2 and 3 in his power versus lefties and vision. Buster Posey's back into gold territory, plus basically good upgrades in his contact, plus 6 and plus 9 in his power, plus 3 in his vision, and minus 2 in his discipline, but he still goes back up to that gold territory that has always been known to be at. So glad to see Buster Posey's back having a good year nevertheless. Wilson Contreras going up plus 10 in his contact versus lefties and power v lefties, a minus 8 though in his contact v righties, and a plus 7 power versus righties, but a minus 10 vision and minus 5 discipline. So it looks like he got downgrades, but also looks like he got a lot of upgrades too, so that puts him up to an 82. Salvador Perez gets mostly upgraded and downgraded. A lot of contact versus lefties, but mostly downgrades in righty contact and lefty power. So small downgrades there, but also big upgrades too with that plus 9 vision and plus 4 discipline. Yadier Molina back up to gold too. I was seeing this coming as well. Plus 17 contact versus lefties, plus 4 power versus lefties, plus 5 contact versus righties, and plus 8 power versus lefties with a minus 7 vision and a plus 7 discipline. So really well deserved there. Vasquez stays the same. He doesn't quite go up to gold yet. He's going to stay at his silver. Carson Kelly gets a big upgrade into silver territory with that power going up versus righties and lefties. Vision and discipline go up. Contact and also goes up to a 77. Wilson Ramos gets a huge upgrade in his power versus righties. Everywhere else, massive downgrades, especially in that contact versus lefties and discipline. Moving on to the next area. Jacob Stallings gets a contact and discipline upgrade. Pretty big ones there, but a big downgrade in his contact versus lefties. Salvador Perez goes down a little bit. Still goes up in his contact versus lefties, power, and discipline, but goes down in vision, power, and contact versus righties. Travis d'Arnaud gets a big downgrade. Plus 7 contact versus righties, minus 7 contact v lefties, minus 9 power v lefties, and a minus 22 vision. So he's not posting very good stats. But Omar Narvaez gets pretty much the opposite treatment. Now he's going up to a silver. Power versus righties and contact versus righties go up. Contact versus lefties go up. And plus 8 vision. So overall, really good. Mike Zunino up to the dish. He gets solid upgrades in contact v lefty and power v lefty. You know, I'm not complaining. Minus 7 contact v righty, but now he's a borderline bronze along with Tucker Barnhart and nearly Yerman Mercedes. He gets upgrades huge in his contact, solid in his power, plus 12 vision, and plus 9 discipline. So overall, massive upgrades there. Williams Astudillo also gets up to a 73 as he's been batting pretty solidly throughout the year. So he gets plus 8 in his contact v righties, plus 14 in contact v lefties, 8, 5, and 5 for the rest of those stats there. Page 3, Mejia goes up, Carantini goes down, Stevenson goes up, Severino goes down. You can pause the video anytime if you want to see these stats. And moving on to first base, Freddie Freeman goes up to a 90 overall now. Now he's a much higher diamond with huge contact lefty and power v righty boosts, but definitely a downgrade in his contact v righties. But plus 3 vision and plus 8 discipline help him out there. Jose Abreu is now down to a gold. So that White Sox collection just got a lot easier as now Abreu's a gold as he has contact downgrades, power upgrade versus lefties, a big discipline upgrade, but a low vision upgrade too. Downgrade, bringing him to an 84. Matt Olson goes up to an 83, gets some boosts versus righties, a downgrade with power v lefties, an upgrade with contact v lefties and vision, but a downgrade in discipline. But he still goes up to an 83. Max Muncy stays the same, pretty much counter. He actually lowered 1, and that was in power. Paul Goldschmidt goes down to an 82. He's not having a really hot start to the year. He gets downgrades in power and contact v righties along with discipline. Anthony Rizzo stays the same as well, or stays the same. He goes up 9 versus lefties, up 3 versus lefties in power, and a plus 8 discipline, but a minus 8 contact boost versus righties. Yuli Gurriel, one of the biggest upgrades here. He goes up to gold. That's probably why he was so pricey at the time, because everyone was expecting him to go up, and he did. So now he's got that gold card status with that plus good upgrades in contact, solid upgrades in power, but a huge boost in discipline. Noticing a lot of these high discipline upgrades. As Reese Hoskins goes up to gold now, plus 13 contact v lefties, plus 7s all around with power versus righties and lefties. Big downgrade in contact v righties, vision, and discipline, but still up to a gold. Next up, Joey Votto, he gets downgraded to a silver. Plus 5, minus 5, minus 7 in contact v righties and lefties. Vision and discipline go down, but power versus lefties goes up. Jared Walsh now on a near borderline gold, as he has plus 20 contact v righties, plus 5 contact v lefties, plus 5 vision, and plus 5 discipline. So he gets a solid upgrade there as he's up to a 79. And Jesus Aguilar also gets the same treatment with some upgrades versus righties, a downgrade versus lefties, but still good vision and discipline boosts. Eric Hosmer also a borderline silver, plus 16 contact v lefties, minus plus 3 power v lefties, and a plus 4 vision. Solid. Trey Mancini basically stays the same because he had a lot of downgrades, but also a good amount of upgrades. Bryden Belt is now a 76. He gets downgrades in his contact v righties and power versus lefties with the vision upgrade as well, and discipline. Oh no, vision downgrade, discipline upgrade. I'm rushing, guys. I'm going to slow down right now. Ryan Zimmerman. Plus 3s in his contact, plus 5 in his power, minus 10 in his discipline, but he still goes up to silver. Colin Moran goes up. I actually was seeing this guy going to go up, but I didn't think he was going to go up to silver. I was right. He's still a 74, however, so he's still getting closer and closer as he's having a pretty solid year with that plus basically power and contact go up. Page 3, Ryan Mcmanning gets an upgrade up to 74 along with Nate Lau. I was expecting this guy to go up a lot. And big downgrade for Ryan Mountcastles. He gets a minus 12 versus righties, going down to a 73. Miguel Sano also goes down in power v lefties, but power v righties still goes up along with vision. Andy Diaz also goes down, and Seth Brown goes up. Yada yada. Now, second baseman seems to have more pages, so I'm going to make this one a little more quick. Looks like there weren't any too crazy upgrades. So we'll start it off with Whit Merrifield staying the same at an 83. Upgrades in power versus lefties and vision. Ozzy Albies goes down to an 83 though, with a lot of contact downgrade, power v righty downgrade, power versus lefties and discipline goes up though. Jose Altuve stays at an 82. Contact and power versus righties settle that. Brandon Lau is now down to an 80, however. Contact goes way down, minus 9 power, but plus 6 discipline. Adam Frazier goes up to a 79 here. Good contact upgrades, vision, and discipline. I don't know if this guy's going to go gold largely because of his lack of power, but he still might with a lot of contact. Kike Hernandez goes up to a 78, which is surprising considering he's not batting amazing right now. Joey Wendell goes up to a 78, gets that good contact v righties boost. And Gleyber Torres, biggest a disappointment here. He goes down to a silver now. 78 silver with that minus 10 and 11 versus with contact, downgrades in power, but an upgrade in discipline. Cesar Hernandez stays the same, gets a power versus lefties and a discipline boost to prove that. Jonathan Scope goes down to a 76, removing his status as a very solid BR card, getting contact and power versus lefties and vision downgrades. Tim LaCastro gets an upgrade to silver, gets solid boosts in his contact and power versus lefties. Nick Salak goes up to a silver as well. He's been having a terrific year, so that makes a lot of sense. His power goes up immensely along with a good contact boost. Goes up to a silver. Nick Madrigal also goes up with plus 15 contact v lefties, plus 9 vision, and plus 4 discipline. So solid upgrade there. My boy Luis Arias from the Twins, he gets a plus 3 power upgrade, a plus 9 discipline, but a minus 9 contact v lefties with a plus 7 versus righties. So he's a borderline silvers now. Starlin Castro goes down to a 74 now. Gets some downgrades pretty much everywhere except contact v lefties. Next up, Jay Hay goes up to a 73, gets a contact boost for righties that helps him out. Profar stays with some upgrades and contact v righties and discipline. Odor stays. Cavan Biggio stays. Lowry goes up. Hampson goes up. Brett Miller pretty much stays the same, and Haggerty gets a huge upgrade. Third base now. Arenado goes down to an 89, so pretty much downgrades everywhere except his contact v lefties. Anthony Rendon goes down to an 86, plus 2 discipline, but everywhere else he gets subtraction. And now Matt Chapman, I pulled this diamond before, but he went down now to an 83 overall. He's a gold now. Huge downgrades in his contact and power v righties, but an upgrade in his lefties and discipline and downgrade in vision. Make him a gold now. One of the biggest losses there. Justin Turner goes up to an 82. Goes up in contact and power and discipline, but down in vision. Rafael Devers goes up to an 81. Joe Urshela goes down to an 81 with a plus 7 power boost, but everywhere else getting downgrades in his vision, power v lefties, and contact v righties. Chris Bryant goes up to an 81. I was expecting this guy to go up, but wasn't sure about a diamond. I'm surprised it wasn't even more, but he got some boosts in his contact v lefties and power. Guerrero goes up to a gold starting from 75. He gets boosted in his contact v righties, contact v lefties, power v righties, and power v lefties with a plus 20 discipline, pushing him up into the gold territory. Eduardo Escobar goes up to a 79, so he's catching up a little bit. I know he hasn't had the best year, but he's still getting those upgrades for 79 that are more than capable of getting him near the gold tier. Suarez goes down to a 79, power everywhere, contact, and basically everything gets downgraded for him. Brian Anderson goes down to a 77, plus basically upgrades in lefties, downgrades in righties. Clutch goes down as well. JD Davis goes up. I'm not surprised about that at all, but his vision and discipline go down. Moncada practically stays. Not too many big changes here other than his contact v righties going down and contact v lefties going up. Longoria stays but gets boosts in his contact and power v lefties. Alec Boehm goes down to a 75. And Jan Candelario, I had this guy parallel too, but he goes down to a 73 with contact v lefties going up, but everywhere else going down. And that's basically all we can uncover. Dang it, Austin Riley went down to a 72! No! His power's down minus 5 versus lefties, minus 5 v righties, plus 10 in contact v righties, and a plus 17 discipline. Ty France goes up to a 72 with some boosts in power v lefties and discipline. Pablo Sandoval also goes up. Christian Arroyo goes up. Now on the shortstops, Fernando Tatis gets an upgrade to a 89. Power boost, contact v lefty, downgrades everywhere else in contact v righties and vision. Corey Seager's now barely a diamond. Barely a diamond card now. Downgrades in his contact and power v righties, boosts in power v lefty and discipline. So downgrade there. But Trey Turner reaches the diamond tier now. In 85 overall he is. He got upgrades in contact v lefty, power, minus 6s in his vision, discipline, minus 6 also in his contact v righties. So big upgrade there, pushing him into that diamond tier. Francisco Lindor also goes down to an 85. He hasn't had the best year, to be honest, so that's not too surprising there. Gets boosts in his vision and discipline, but goes down everywhere else, basically. Moving on to Bogarts. 84 overall now. He's near diamond level with the good upgrades in contact. A slight downgrade in power v righties, but an upgrade in lefty vet power and minus 6 discipline. Javier Baez goes down to an 82, but he gets upgrades in power. A huge downgrade in vision probably will put him at that 82. Next up, Bichette, he stays at an 81. Nothing too crazy. Gene Segura pushes to the gold tier, though, with some upgrade in contact and power v lefties and vision. Moving on to page 2, Iglesias stays. Paul DeJong goes down a little bit, gets some upgrades in power, though. Isaiah Kinier-Falefa goes up to a 78 overall now with that power upgrade. Marcus Semien goes down to a silver now with +8 power versus righties, but everything else goes down. Dansby goes down to a 76. Damn, 198 average. Shit, that's not very good to start off the year. So you get some downgrades everywhere else, but a contact v lefty upgrade. Willie Adames also goes down to a 75. He now has contact downgrade along with the power versus righties downgrade, but a +8 power v lefties helps him out a little bit, but he's still at a 75. Jorge Polanco gets downgraded to a bronze. Shit. Contact downgrades and a power v righty downgrade along with, I guess, discipline. Very sad. Nicky Lopez goes up to a 74. Contact upgrade in vision and discipline, so Royals fans will be happy there. And Elvis Andrus goes down to a bronze. Willie Castro also goes down to a bronze. Jazz Chisholm gets a very solid upgrade. And that's what's cool there. Now going on to the outfielders now. Starting off with Juan Soto. Stays at an 87. He gets a contact v righty upgrade and a vision upgrade, but everything else downgraded. JD Martinez goes up to an 83. No one was surprised here because he's been on a tear recently. Gets a slight downgrade in the lefty stats, but he still gets huge upgrades in righties and vision. So very much that is amazing. Giancarlo goes down everywhere except power versus righties, so now he's at an 83. Michael Brantley stays at an 82. Upgrade in righty contact and power lefty upgrades. So Marcell Ozuna goes down to an 81. One of the biggest downgrades of the year here, or of this roster update. He's down to an 81. Big contact and power downgrades, -8 vision and +7 discipline. Jesse Winkler is now a 78 overall. Wow, guys. Wow. He's been killing it. Amazing stats, and he's gotten upgrades in contact and power versus righties with some downgrades in discipline and vision. Peralta stays the same. I don't really have much to comment on here. Tommy Pham goes down to a 78, so contact and power go down, but his vision and discipline go up. Moving on to another section. Wow, a lot of stuff happening here. So Gurriel goes down to a 78, everything being downgraded. Corey Dickerson goes up to a 76. McCutchen goes down to a 76. He's not been doing too hot. Clint Frazier goes down to a 76 as well. Justin Upton stays at that 74. Benintendi goes down to 72 with Grossman and Schwarber also going down to 72. Crazy. Now Centerfield, I'm looking for Byron Buxton on here, and I'm happy to report that he is now a diamond. But let's start with Trout. Trout gets upgrades in his contact and power versus righties, downgrades in power v lefty and vision. Once again, the best card in the game and best player in baseball is killing it. Ronald Acuna goes up to a 92 now, getting upgrades in contact, power versus lefties, vision, and discipline. And Buxton, my boy, is a diamond. Good for him. I'm ready to sell his ass. He gets a +16. He gets a huge contact boost versus righties and lefties, a power boost versus righties, a power boost versus lefties, vision, but a downgrade in discipline. But huge now that he's a diamond. So proud of him. Next up, Alex Verdugo. So Verdugo is up to an 83 now. Gets some boost in power v lefty, vision, and contact versus righties. So amazing stuff there. Ramon Laureano goes down to an 82. Nothing looking too good there, but contact versus lefties goes up, power versus lefties go up, everything else goes down. Luis Robert goes up to an 81, gets some upgrades overall in contact v lefties, power v lefties, righties, and vision goes up too, but everything else goes down. Grisham is up to a gold now. Power and contact are all up now, so Trent Grisham really changing his career, keeping it up to an 81 now. Aaron Hicks goes down to a 77. Contact v power v righties goes down. Lefty stats go down. Vision and discipline go down. Next up, Robles goes up to down to a 77. Contact and a little bit of power goes down. Discipline goes up though, keeping him afloat. Raimel Tapia is a silver now, getting that contact and power upgrade v righties along with vision and discipline. Pollock goes down to a 76 now after being kind of glitchy. Brian Reynolds, I predicted this guy to go back up to silver. He gets that plus 10 contact v lefties with power versus lefties, vision, and discipline going up. I was really thinking this guy was going to go silver, and I was correct. One time my prediction was right. Michael Taylor goes up to a silver, gets upgrades in contact, power, and vision. Mark Cannon goes up to a silver. Brandon Nimmo goes up to a silver. Ian Happ goes down a little bit to a 75. So this is probably the biggest category, honestly. One of the biggest categories right now, as we've seen a lot of upgrades here with Naquin going up, Bradley going downgraded, Diaz, Tyrone, Mullins, and Akil Baddoo all get upgrades. Right field now, the last category. We got Aaron Judge going up, staying the same at an 89 overall with power versus power, contact v lefties, power v lefties going up. Everything else going down except for vision and discipline. Bryce Harper stays at an 87 as well. Going up in righties, down in lefties. Nelson Cruz now going up to an 84. He's now really close to diamond. Only thing that's holding him back, I think, is his fielding, but otherwise, he is playing very up right now with the way he's hitting, so he deserved that boost. I think not a diamond, but definitely a good boost. Castellanos goes up to an 82. I was thinking this guy was going to be a near diamond, and I'm glad he got a little upgrade there for how well he's been hitting. So solid upgrades here, but he gets a downgrade in discipline. Michael Conforto goes down to an 81. So everything gets downgraded for him here. He's not had a terrific year at all. Yastrzemski goes down to an 80 overall, making that collection. Still hard because it's a gold. I'm kidding, it's easy, guys. Charlie Blackmon goes down to a silver, though, speaking of making collections easier. Everything in his contact and power goes down, but a plus 15 discipline. Santander goes down to a 78. Everything except power versus righties and discipline goes down. On to the next spot. Kyle Tucker doesn't change. Gets a boost in righty power. Adam Eaton stays, but gets a power versus righties. Reyes goes up to a 77 with that power upgrade. Avisel Garcia gets mostly downgraded to a 76. Jason Hayward downgraded. Haniger gets up to a 76. Really excited about that. You know why? He goes up plus 7 contact v lefties and power v lefties with a plus 5 vision and minus 13 discipline. Jordan Luplow goes up to a silver now, so his stats are starting to look on the rise with that contact going up and power versus righties going up. Right, Adam Duvall, he goes down to a 76 now. Not as glitchy. Kind of sad. Austin Meadows goes down to a 75. Wow, that's a downgrade. It's pretty big. Jorge Soler also goes down to a bronze. Wow, so big downgrade there. Dylan Carlson goes up to a 74. -1, -1, +2. So that's going to do it for the roster update and all the significant changes. So we got a huge roster update, guys, with a lot of changes in, I guess, just players. A lot of stuff that were predicted, a lot of stuff that came out really surprising. So that's going to do it for this vid. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you haven't yet, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Can't wait to do more roster updates like this in the future. And I'll eventually do more predictions. And I'll see y'all in the next video stream. Take care, everyone. Peace!